Imagine living in a place where there is no need to worry about paying rent or buying groceries, where everything you could ever want or need is provided for you, and all you have to do in return is pitch in and help out wherever you can. Would that be heaven or utopia? For 28 years now, that's been the case in the Portuguese village of Tamera. But how does that work exactly? What is this village and how can we learn from them? This is the village that abandoned money and it still thrives. In a green valley in southern Portugal, surrounded by rolling hills and vineyards, lies the village of Tamera. It's hard to believe that until 1995, this place didn't even exist. Today, 170 people live here full-time in the middle of what feels like paradise. The entire village runs off renewable energy, mostly solar. All the buildings are eco-friendly, self-sufficient, and beautiful. You won't find a single piece of plastic in the whole village. And there's plenty of space for everyone to live comfortably. Homes are simple but nice. There's even an outdoor amphitheater and a cob oven. Most importantly, no one pays for any of this. When you first arrive at the village, you're greeted by friendly faces and invited to join a community meeting. Everyone gathers around in a circle. Right now, they're discussing a new course called Economy of Gift and Cooperation. Once that's finished, they break into smaller groups to talk about various projects happening around the village. If you listen closely, you'll hear two things. First, lots of languages. People from all over the world come to Tamera to learn about its unique way of living. Second, you'll hear no titles. There are no Mr. or Mrs. or Doctor. Everyone is equal here. After the meeting, I sit down with some residents to ask them questions. One woman named Nicola is from Italy. She moved to Tamera 16 years ago because she wanted to be part of something bigger than herself. I wanted to see if we can live without competition, without hierarchy, without violence. She says, Tamera's economy is based entirely on the idea of gift. This means that everything you receive, you should also be willing to give. Time, energy, skills, all are considered valuable contributions. There are no jobs, only tasks that need doing. Each person contributes what they can based on their abilities and needs. When I asked how it works, someone else chimed in, it's up to you. You can build a website, take care of the chickens, make cheese, it's up to you. When I asked about payment, he continued, money is not useful here. We can get by without it. We try to live with what we have. Maybe sometimes we would like to have more, but we can survive without it. Another resident, Andre, had this to say, I feel there is a great advantage in not having monetary exchange within our community because it allows us to establish more equal relationships between people. It facilitates relating to others as equals instead of relating to others as superior or inferior to us because they have more or less money. We are not judged by what we bring. We are accepted and welcomed as we are. But what about healthcare, education, and government services? How do those work in Tamarindo? Health is taken care of through the community. They have a medical center with a doctor who's on call every day. Whenever someone is sick, the whole community pitches in to help take care of them. Kids go to a Waldorf school nearby. Since Tamarind is a relatively new village, they've yet to figure out how to provide schooling within the community itself. Still, the core values of nonviolence and sustainability are taught to the younger generation. If you're interested in volunteering your skills to help out, they welcome it. It's a great way to become part of the community and contribute to a meaningful cause. But how do they make money to sustain themselves? Well, that's where the visitors come in. Every year, tens of thousands of tourists visit the village to learn about its way of life. Many stay in the village for days or even weeks to participate in workshops, classes, and other events. They're asked to contribute to the community through work, skill sharing, or simply by being a student. Tamera earns most of its income from courses and eco-construction. Workshops. People come from all over the world to learn how to build a house out of clay, for example. They also have an education center that hosts lectures and seminars. But what happens when someone comes to the village and wants to stay permanently? We met a few longtime residents who made the move from other countries. Anyone who wants to move in must pass a screening process. First, they spend a couple of days as guests, then a couple of weeks as volunteers. After that, if everyone agrees, you can become a member and have a say in how the village is run. Tamara tries to be self-sufficient. Anything they can't provide for themselves, they try to trade for. This usually means bartering with other organizations or communities. For example, they may trade wood or food for building materials. But what about conflicts? How do they handle arguments and disagreements? Disagreements happen everywhere. Just ask anyone who's ever lived in a shared house. But in Tamara, they take a different approach to solving problems. Instead of keeping things bottled up, emotions are encouraged to be expressed openly. They call it a healing biotope. It's a way of dealing with conflict that focuses on healing rather than winning. According to the people we spoke with, this method has worked well for them over the years. Everyone is responsible for their own actions. If you do something wrong, you apologize. If someone is upset, you talk to them directly to resolve the issue. Open communication and honesty are key. Conflicts are seen as opportunities to grow and improve. The goal is to understand the other person's point of view and find a solution that works for everyone involved. In this way, disagreements don't tear people apart, they bring them closer together. While Tamara might seem like a far-off fantasy, it's actually quite accessible. Their website has a wealth of resources on topics ranging from self-sufficiency to conflict resolution. Whether you're interested in learning about sustainable living or just want to learn more about Tamara, their website is a great place to start. So is this the secret to a better world? As we wrap up our visit to Tamara, we're left feeling inspired and hopeful. We saw firsthand the benefits of a society that puts people and planet before profit. While it's clear that Tamara isn't perfect, it's also clear that it's onto something. The world is changing rapidly. We're facing unprecedented challenges from climate change to economic inequality. Now more than ever, we need new models for living. Tamara shows us that it's possible to create a thriving community without using money as a tool. Sure, it's not easy, it takes a lot of work and dedication. But the results speak for themselves. Tamara is a beautiful, vibrant community that's making a positive impact on the world. So the next time you're stressed about money, take a deep breath and remember that there are places like Tamara where money doesn't matter. All that matters is the well-being of the people and the planet. Some of you might be wondering, can we really ditch money and still get by? Absolutely, we found proof of it right here in Tamara. But how do we get there? We know that creating a Tamara-like system won't happen overnight. It'll take time, effort, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. But the good news is that it is possible, and the only way we'll get there is by trying. So let's start by changing our mindset. Money doesn't make us happy. It doesn't improve our health or relationships. It doesn't even guarantee us basic needs like food and shelter. But what does make us happy is helping others, contributing to our community, and living in harmony with nature. These are the things that truly matter in life. So let's follow Tamara's lead. Let's create a world where money is no longer the driving force. Let's create a world where we put people and planet first. This is the only way we'll create a better future for ourselves and for generations to come. Thank you for watching. For more fascinating and insightful content, visit my channel, subscribe, and enjoy.